Welcome to YouTube Talk with MagicCatJenny. I'm Jenny, and today I'm joined by Jelani from JelaniCarterTV. YouTube Talk is a live show slash podcast that's all about YouTube and the YouTube community because YouTube is hilarious. Hi, Jelani. How's it
Hey,
going? How are you doing?
everything is good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your channel and the type of videos you make?
Okay, so hi, my name is Jelani Carter. I am 22 years old and I'm from New Jersey. Originally from New York, but I'm from New Jersey. I live in New Jersey and I do comedic videos on YouTube. So they usually vary from stories that happen in my life and I just kind of retell it in a funny way or just things that I'm feeling. So it kind of ranges from a time that a crackhead stole my purple bike or just how I feel about Tinder at the time. It kind of really varies. So you get a little bit of everything on my channel. But yeah, that's mainly what it is. And then I also sometimes do a show, which is kind of like the hip hop version of the Daily Show, where I kind of like recap the biggest stories in hip hop. So I do that from time to time when I have the time. So yeah.
Cool. That's
hmm
that's pretty awesome. For those of you out there who don't know, I met Jelani at Playlist Live DC. We were on a panel together
hmm
talking about being smaller YouTubers and what that's like and everything.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It's interesting. Being a small YouTuber and doing comedy videos, how is that? Because I don't know, I feel like YouTube in the old days, like early YouTube,
hmm
comedy was one of the main things that people did, and it's like evolved in a way. So I don't know. I'm curious to hear your experience with what it's like doing comedy for a smaller audience and kind of trying to get your channel out there.
Yeah. See, I kind of wish that I started a little bit earlier than I did.
Yeah,
I,
don't we
I,
all?
yeah. I've been a fan of YouTube for like the longest time. Back when everybody was pretty much doing like lip sync videos and
Mhm.
Higa was doing How to Be Ninja and stuff like that. And I've always been a fan. And I actually started doing YouTube rapping. I was doing music at
Oh,
first
cool.
because that was like my big dream was like I was gonna be the coolest, youngest rapper. And I thought like if I entered like a YouTube contest, then I
Mhm.
would get like the fans and the videos would like start getting traction and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I did that for probably about 2 years. Met a lot of good people through, making music on YouTube. But it was just like one day, because I've always been like the funny guy in my school and
Mhm.
out of all my friend groups. So one day I just felt like putting up a video of just me not rapping and just telling jokes, and it did better than all of my rap videos did. And all of my friends was like, "When are you gonna put out the next comedy video? This is hilarious." So I was like, "Oh, this could work. This is
Could
something
be a
that I can do." Yeah,
thing.
and it kind of just morphed from there. Like I just started paying attention more how like because I was in a video production class in high school,
Mhm.
so I started searching up tutorials and stuff like that, working on just writing better jokes, cutting my videos a little bit better. And when I started taking it like seriously, it was it was a time where I was not in high school anymore, so all the immediate fans that I would have, like out of all
Mhm.
my friends, were kind of like not around. So I had to kind of like start from the bottom. So I used like my YouTube friends and the people that still talk to me from high school, and I kind of like grew it from there. And it's very different because I also started, going hard with it at a time where, people started doing like challenges a lot and
Mhm.
YouTube content kind of got a little saturated.
Yeah.
So it was me competing with all the cute YouTubers that were doing like the challenges, and then
Mhm.
whoever was like my rapper friends, and then it was just kind of like me in the middle, just trying to like grab everybody else. So it's been difficult, but I like it because I'm really confident in my content, and I know that once somebody like sees like a few of my videos, they'll be hooked. So it's just a matter of like timing, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, just putting it in the
Yeah.
right hands.
And not giving up, you know.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
keep doing it. Well, I have a clip from one of your videos that I want to screen. So why don't we roll the clip?
Nice. Being small on YouTube sucks. Like a lot. What does a guy have to do? Hey guys, it's Colin, and today I want to address a big issue on my channel. It seems like some of my female viewers don't think they're pretty, and I think that's complete rubbish. Sometimes, when a girl does not think they're pretty, that's when they're the prettiest. So in reality, you were pretty the whole entire time. Isn't that brilliant?
That's so funny. Um, Anyone out there watching, you have to go watch the full video. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it was I was watching an Ashley Mardell video, and she was I think I'm not sure if she put it out yet, but she's been working on like a little YouTube documentary type thing, and
Mm,
kind of like interviewing people that have like 10,000 to like 20,000 subscribers. And I was
mhm.
thinking about it, and I'm like if like, this kind of sucks, like being like really small and wanting to be bigger, because uh I feel like YouTubers who have like a certain like subscriber count kind of don't give you the time of day. Like you gotta have like value to them, or you gotta be like actually cool with them in order to connect with them and stuff like that. So it was just like a whirlwind of emotions. Like I gotta write about this because I knew like somebody out there would agree with me. And right now, I'm pretty sure if it's not like in a week late video, I think that's like the highest viewed video on my channel, just because a whole bunch of other small YouTubers were
Yeah,
commenting and were like,
it
"Yeah,
strikes a
we feel
chord.
you." Yeah, yeah.
It definitely strikes a chord, and I think um, one thing you kind of, I guess, made fun of in a way is,
Hmm.
the sort of white boy British YouTuber with cute hair,
Yeah,
just, being like so overly affectionate towards their, probably millions of subscribers a lot of the time,
yeah.
and it's just so unfair you feel because, you know, it's this one thing that just does really well based
Hmm.
on a certain type of person, and
Yeah,
the rest of us, it's like, well, I'm
yeah.
not that.
Yeah,
So
like where their only talent is being cute, and then that's it
yeah, yeah,
on a weekly basis. And I'm like, I kind of don't have that luxury. I gotta like put some effort into the stuff that I put, because I've tried to do like the tag videos and do challenges, and like editing them, I'm like watching it back, and I'm just like, this doesn't excite me at all. Like this is not
yeah,
fun. Like,
yeah. You have to be true to yourself. I mean, people give you advice for how to, I guess, do YouTube in a successful way, and a lot of that has to do with SEO and keywords and trends, and
mhm,
piggybacking off of big trends. And though that may work completely well if you're, got the right time, right place with something like that, a tag video, a challenge video, something like
yeah,
that. It's not, if you don't feel it strongly within yourself that this is me, this is exactly like I love this,
mhm.
it's going to show, and your video is not going to be that good, and you're not going to feel good afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like a lot of people's favorite YouTubers, whether they're like the regular challenge people or not, I'm pretty sure that they like them because of their personality, right? So if you're not 100% like authentic to yourself and not
Mhm.
yourself on camera,
Mhm.
it's gonna show. And that's what I try to do with my videos. I try to make it as like relatable as possible or personal, because, you know, I mean, I'm the type of person that doesn't take like life too seriously. If something really crazy happens, so I know that me putting myself out there and being relatable and being myself, it will kind of like you said, like strike a chord with someone, and they will like what I do. And that's what I want to do. Just show people that you know life can be hilarious sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's okay to just like laugh about crazy situations and be all right. And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like, putting a comedic spin on daily life. And
Hmm.
I also, to address the technical thing about your video, I liked how you, when you went into that sketch, I guess,
Hmm. Yeah.
part, you switched up the colors, and you kind of switched up the aspect ratio a little, and it was very
Yeah.
well put together. And I think that's one thing you really do well with your videos, when because you'll talk honestly straight to the viewer about what's going on, and then you'll cut to, you know, this funny reenactment or
Yeah.
explanation of your thoughts. It's done really well. It's
Thank
pretty
you. Thank you.
pretty cool. And that's one of the that's a certain trend on YouTube, and certain people can really do that really well.
Hmm.
What other kind of comedy YouTubers do you like to watch? Is there a few channels that you're really into? Are they similar types of comedy? Are they very different? I'm curious to see what your taste is.
I can honestly say one of my biggest influences when it comes to comedy and YouTube is College Humor's Jake and Amir. I
Hmm.
watched a bunch of their episodes and they're so funny. It's just like the chemistry between those two people and the characters they portray is just hilarious to me. And I hope one day I'm able to make like a series like that.
Hmm.
And when it comes to comedy like similar to mine, I would say probably like Timothy De La Ghetto or David
Oh
So
yeah.
comedy from JK Films. They were like they were like the first couple of people that I watched, and I was just like, this is the type of style that I need to like try to emulate and try to like bring hard home because like when I cut into like the different like sketches, it's pretty much like if I'm doing a stand-up routine, that's like the punchline, but it's like a visual
Hmm.
punchline. So I know that even if like the regular talking parts are like not people's like favorite parts of the video, once I switch into those characters, or like even when I did the "Why Am I So Scared" video, and I kind
Hmm.
of like come in through the side and just do cuts, like I know like
Yeah.
that would be like the most memorable part. So I try to be like
Yeah.
out as outlandish as I can.
I
But
really like that video, by the way. The Why Am I
thank
So
you.
Scared?
Yeah.
I related to it.
Yeah, that's something that I think about all the time because I know a lot of people, especially if they're in their early 20s or in like, the beginning of like college, they
Hmm.
are all thinking like, what am I gonna do? What's gonna happen after this?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. I really like your style of comedy. There's another style of comedy that I like that I would like to share with you.
Nice.
It's very different.
Hmm.
It may not be for everybody, and it's hard to describe. So I'm just gonna show you a clip. It's actually my friend Jeff. He went to high school with my husband, and
Hmm.
he's very funny in a very different way. So let's screen that clip, Jim.
You okay? You okay? Yeah, I just have this canker sore. It feels like it's never going away. How long have you had it? Let's see. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I
That was
mean
great.
it goes on.
I love that like low key Tim and Eric just very visual
Hmm.
comedy. I think that's so funny. That's great. I'm gonna definitely have to check out his channel after this.
Yeah, yeah. His name's Jeffrey Lapin, and he has this show which he completely disregards all sort of YouTube SEO best practices, anything like
Hmm.
that. Like he just like puts these up whenever,
Hmm.
and just I don't know. I think it's so funny.
That is awesome. I love videos like I wish I could make more videos like that. Just
Hmm.
like just really weird, low key messed up like sketches that it's
Hmm.
just like out there. But I think it comes back to like, me being like afraid to do certain stuff. Like I don't know how it's gonna be like received. So I'm
Yeah,
afraid to like,
yeah,
go out there and just do it.
yeah. I
But
I feel the
yeah.
same way. And people tell you too when you're a small channel, like under 10,000 subscribers, which
Hmm.
still, even if you're at like 8 or 9,000, that seems
Yeah.
really big to me.
Yeah.
But people will tell you this is your time to experiment, this is your time to do anything,
Hmm.
and it's hard because it's scary. You don't want to get too out there, too weird,
Yeah.
but sometimes those weird videos are the ones that people end up like loving the most because you're just
Hmm.
being completely yourself, even if that's something that no one's ever seen before, which is
Yeah.
which is ultimately a good thing. I was gonna screen one of my videos, but I decided against it. But I do have a video that I kind of crossed over a line of like weirdness that I didn't think I ever would,
Hmm.
and then I just did, and then people thought it was great. So sometimes just have to push yourself, I think.
Yeah, just take it, just go out there and
Yeah.
just do it.
Let
Yeah.
your freak flag fly and just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
why
because I
not?
mean, because sometimes like even when I'm joking around with my friends and like we like to get into characters and stuff like that, and I do
Mhm.
some weird character, they love it and they're just laughing their hardest and like the regular type of jokes that I do. Because like I said, like when I do like my story type of comedies or when I'm just like retelling a story, I get
Mhm.
really into it and like
Yeah.
reenact every little part, and that's the type of stuff that my friends love. So if I
Yeah.
can translate that weirdness into my content, then I think I'll find like the perfect combination and it'll be good.
Yeah. Do you how often do you collaborate with other YouTubers? Is that something you like to do or something you'd like to do more in the future?
I would really like to do that more in the future. I've only done like probably one collab with
Mhm.
a YouTube friend. His name is CTM Rants. His name is Connor, and it was just kind of like he was like kind of like he liked what I did, and he was like, "Yo, I got this idea," and we kind of just did it. And with me, I feel like since I got to learn how to write for other people
Mm.
because a lot of the times when I'm like doing my own stuff, I can be very like control freakish of
Okay.
how it's like how I'm presented or how the other person's presented or how it looks. So I gotta, I would love to collaborate with more people because there's a lot of people that I admire that I think our comedy would mesh well, or even if it's not just
Yeah.
comedy, just anything. Like I just feel like our personalities would mesh well. I just have to find a way to like have both of us shine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So usually if people were to collaborate with me, they I kind of ask them if they have an idea first, and then I build off of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think one method I have is I'll think of a video I want to do that involves another person, and then I think who would be really great with that, and then I bring
Hmm.
them the idea,
Hmm.
so they don't have to do any work at the
Yeah.
start. But then what I've done in the past is we've like co-written
Hmm.
the script together. We'll have like a Google Doc that we're both on, and then we kind of use it at first just to sort of throw our ideas out there, and then maybe one person will take a shot at writing it, and then the other person will go in and change some things, and
Hmm.
using like different colors for the different person, and
Yeah.
it's fun, and you can even do videos like that without actually being physically in the same location,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
which is so great because then you have that extra layer of creativity. You have to, how can we like be in a video together without actually being
Yeah.
in the same like room?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when done right, it's great.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like the collab I did with Connor, he lives in Florida, and I'm all the way out here in Jersey, and he just gave me the idea, and I kind of like ran with it, and I just sent him back the clips, and he just cut it back and forth, and it looked great. So.
Nice.
I can't wait to do more. If anybody wants to collab with me, I'm down. It doesn't even have to be comedy. We can do something completely different. So I'm open.
Nice. Me too. I want to collab with everybody. Everybody I have
Yeah.
on my show,
Yeah.
open invitation to collab with me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
Oh
really
man.
fun. Did
Hmm.
you meet people? Because we met at Playlist,
Hmm.
um, and I feel like there was a few other comedy people on our panel, I believe.
Yeah.
Did
Uh,
you talk?
yeah. I talked to Courtney Revolution.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
is a very eccentric comedic YouTuber.
Yeah.
I love his comedy because it's very personality based. So you get
Yeah.
100% him all the time, and it's no holds barred. He's not afraid. So
Yeah.
I got to talk with
Good.
him. Um, yeah, I feel like a lot of the I feel like a lot of the people that were on the panel, they were they're like just themselves, and
Hmm.
then everybody loves their personalities and they're like that, and I don't think they really do like sketch comedy. Like I
Right.
know
Okay.
I've seen a couple stuff when they kind of like venture out into that, but I don't think it's like
It's
how.
more blog based.
Yeah,
Happen to be funny, but
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not like yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but I did
That's
meet a
cool.
couple of like comedic YouTubers out of there because I that was my second Playlist Live. I went to
Oh, okay.
Playlist Live in Florida last year,
Nice.
and that was a experience that was just crazy. I met a whole bunch of people, but this was the first time that I was on a panel,
Yeah.
and that was a completely different experience, and that was really cool because me and my friend TJ, we kind of made like a promise that if we came back, we'll come back as panelists, and he was on I think the same panel earlier this year in Orlando, and I was on
Mhm.
it in DC later this year. So that was really cool.
That sounds
Um,
that sounds awesome.
yeah,
Like a
but
bucket list thing, and then
yeah,
you got to
yeah.
check it off.
Yeah, but I love meeting new creators because I love like picking people's like brains and seeing how they think and how they go about their stuff and just their views on different things.
Hmm.
I remember one of the people that were on our panel, Kent Heckle. He's a daily vlogger, kind of like Casey
Hmm.
Neistat-ish, and just talking to him, I was just so mind blown. He's just so wise beyond his age, and he just knows so much, and it was just like really cool, just learning from him even though he's like a couple years younger than me. But like, it's just great to connect with people, especially if they're
Yeah.
passionate about something. I just love talking to passionate people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Hmm.
So I've tried myself to do a few comedy videos.
Hmm.
And I don't have a lot. Like I don't have enough for
Hmm.
a playlist
Hmm.
of them or anything, but um what so you don't do comedy in every single video of yours, or do you think, or would you say that you do?
I try my hardest to make jokes in each one of my videos. They
Mm-hmm.
might not, go well, but I try not to like have a video be too serious. Like the
Right.
videos that are serious is very far in like between. Um, yeah, because I just feel like I don't know. It's not like I feel like I owe it to my viewers, but I like challenging myself and making people laugh every single time. So if I can find some way to sneak a joke in there, even if it's like a serious video, then I'll
Mm-hmm.
do it. Um, but yeah, yeah. For the most part, most of my content is
That's cool.
comedic.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes too, some comedy YouTubers, like you were saying before, where they don't do sketches per se, they're just funny in their vlogs.
Hmm.
Um, I think sometimes that could even be by accident, just they just happen to be really funny, interesting personalities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but one channel that my friend Paul Roth out there, he told me about her today when I was looking
Hmm.
for some comedy channels, and her style is pretty similar to yours. Well, she'll talk about something and then cut to a sketch where she's acting out something that she was talking about, or
Hmm.
furthering the story. Um, and she's really funny. But I think the most funny thing is not even the sketch parts of her videos, but the parts when she's just talking, and her
Hmm.
personality is just so hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, her name's Alyssa, and her channel is Delpaw TV. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Hmm.
But I have a clip of one of her videos that I want to screen because it's I want to watch all her videos now.
And this kid is just glimmering with happiness. Glimmering! You can feel the rays. He's literally the sun. He's like that baby from Teletubbies, the one that would always smile and like giggle and laugh and like I actually envy how light his aura is because I'm like the spawn of Satan. Morning, Alyssa. I will destroy you and your entire family. I will eat them. Oh, sorry. Morning. Okay, have fun with that. Come on, I don't know how morning people do it.
That was great. Wow.
Yeah, it's so fun. Her whole video is about not being a morning person, and
Hmm.
there's like a few other interesting like cuts to sketches, but
Hmm.
she's so funny, so energetic with like
Hmm.
the way she explains things. And I think I love YouTubers that are, so just themselves instantly, and
Yeah.
you just like it's
Yeah, I mean, just off of that couple second clip alone, I just want to be her friend.
yeah,
I just want to watch everything that she does. I love that. That was great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. I to be honest, like the amount of subscriptions, if you look at all of the people I'm subscribed to, the amount that would say I am a comedy channel first and foremost is
Hmm.
probably not a lot of them.
Hmm.
It's not something, I don't know, like I don't find myself gravitating towards it, but for me it's maybe more the personality of the person that I gravitate towards. Like I don't
Yeah.
seek out comedy channels. I seek out like people, but I don't know, maybe I should change my strategy because there's
Yeah, I mean,
some good
I
ones
don't.
out there.
Yeah, yeah. I think. I think I used to like look for straight up comedy channels, and
Hmm.
nowadays with like the production qualities of YouTube channels going up these days, there's a lot of channels that do straight up just sketches every week.
Hmm. Yeah.
And there's a few channels that I watch still that are like that, but most of the comedy channels that I watch, I like them because I like the person and I
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
they talk about and how they deliver it. Like even with the clip that we just watched, like you can tell like this her delivery was just so on point and it just brings you in. And those are the type of YouTubers that I really like because it makes me want to like emulate that person or like work on getting my comedy to that level. Because I
Yeah.
mean that's just so key, how you deliver your jokes and how you present yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you're right, there isn't a lot of comedy channels that just because everybody wants to do like everything, and I understand
Yeah.
that, and I completely get that. I had an old channel, it was called JC Music, and at a certain point, I wanted to rebrand myself because I didn't just want to do music, or I didn't want people to
Hmm.
just view me as a music channel. So that's why
Hmm.
I made a new channel called Jelani Carter TV because it could be anything. Like if I put up
Yeah.
a music video or a sketch, it's like, it's just like different shows on the channel, you know?
Yeah. No
So
rules.
yeah, but I like being a straight up comedy channel. I'm not afraid to tell people that because I just love it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So, you know,
Cool. Yeah. And I feel like personally, when I'm watching comedy on YouTube, there's two different mindsets that I'm in. If I like say, oh, I want to watch just a straight up sketch comedy, I'm more
hmm
likely to look at non-YouTubers
hmm
or like, you know, Comedy Central's YouTube channel or, something like that.
yeah,
But when I'm like not in the mood for comedy or I just want to watch YouTube, I'll just watch YouTube and I might watch comedy YouTubers, but it's never when I'm in the mood for, oh, I want to watch some sketch comedy.
hmm
It's more like I want to watch people. I want to watch
yeah,
YouTubers, I want to watch people. And I think
yeah,
that's this sort of line that's getting blurred at, the more commercialized YouTube gets, the bigger YouTube gets, and the higher production qualities get,
hmm
where I mean, of course that's going to happen. People are going to get more and more like TV, some of them.
yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that because like I like the like DIY like just people
hmm
more, and I don't know, and if they happen to be comedy channels, then that's great.
yeah,
But it's maybe it's I don't know, it's like this mindset thing that I
yeah.
have.
I was having a conversation with one of my friends the other day, how we were saying how you remember when like YouTube did the original channels program or like the $100 million initiative and they were
Yeah.
just like funding channels. And I feel like when that happened, that was kind of like the turning point in YouTube where if you didn't have a channel that looked like it could be on TV, you were in the
Mm.
dust. And it was for a little bit, it was very hard to, well, at least for me, because I dipped in and out of YouTube for like a little bit, like of like when I watched it a lot, and
Hmm.
it just seemed like that kind of made like a weird shift. Like
Yeah.
you had to up your game if and I think that's what made me want to like get a DSLR and learn how to do cuts better and stuff like that because I didn't want to be left in the dust when
Yeah.
when channels like SciShow or even like SourceFed, which is one of my favorite channels, they come in and they have like sets and props and stuff like that. And like if you're a smaller channel, like you can't really get that. It's not
Yeah.
as easy. So you know, yeah, it's weird. It's weird. But, I feel like it just puts everybody on their toes. Like it kind of forces people to work harder a little bit in order to present themselves, even if it's just personality based. If they can just make it just like a little bit better or just, color correct a little bit or cut it a little bit better, then, I think it will push them in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's YouTube's changing, and now
Yeah.
with YouTube Red,
Yeah.
it's it's going and it's not stopping.
Yeah. Not at all. And it's crazy because we kind of knew something like this would happen.
Okay. Looks like we might have a delay on the video. I don't know how we is there anything we can do to fix it, Jim? Probably not. Okay, well,
I like a delay between like the YouTube video and us right now.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that I think that happens a lot. I don't think there's a way we can like cut that shorter. Yeah.
Um, oh, a delay between the image and the audio.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we can do anything, so I apologize, viewers, if it's odd. Um, anyways, yeah. So, do you maybe have any advice for people who are either just starting a YouTube channel and want to do comedy, or if they
Mhm,
have a vlog channel or something and they want to try out comedy
mhm.
content? Do you have any words of wisdom?
I feel like the best thing to do is just do it. Don't be afraid to start stuff, or don't be afraid. Don't think that you have to have certain amount of equipment in order to get started. Because I used to think that all the time, especially when I was just on my mom's MacBook and it was just a webcam video. Um, but I mean, with people having iPhones these days, their quality can be
Oh yeah.
just as good as someone who does like daily vlogs and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to just jump into it. And if you're doing comedy, don't be afraid to be yourself. And I guess work on your voice too, because that's something that I have to work on when you're like delivering content. You can't be delivering like jokes. You can't be like monotone. You know, you gotta be a little bit more lively in order to bring it home. Yeah, because if you want to keep people hooked, your personality has to be, turned up a little bit in order to like really drive the jokes home. So yeah, if just start and just do it. Don't be afraid to do it. Just go for it.
Yeah, and I think also too, you should, don't be too shy about your style of comedy.
Yeah,
If you're worried that people will think it's lame or they won't think it's funny, if you think it's funny, then someone else out there will probably think it's funny.
yeah.
Just, be mindful of the kind of humor,
Hmm.
but just, be
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah, there's something for everybody out there. There's comedians that I like that are super duper out there and just really weird, but they have like a really core cult following because there's people that are out there that are like, oh, we kind of think the same too, and they gravitate towards it. So, as long as it's not straight up like offensive or anything,
Right,
yeah,
yeah. Gotta
then you should be
be
good.
mindful.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Nothing offensive. Just because you think you're pushing the boundaries of comedy, or you can just put the veil over like, oh, it's comedy. Like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Gotta
don't be a jerk.
don't be a jerk. That's a good
Yeah.
piece of advice.
Yeah,
Try
definitely.
try out your own comedy, but don't be a jerk.
Hmm. Hmm.
Cool. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Uh, Thanks for having me.
Of
If
course.
Yeah, if anybody wants to watch my channel, it's youtube.com/JelaniCarterTV or user/JelaniCarterTV. Um, I try to put out videos weekly. Um, Sometimes it's bi-weekly, but I'm trying to get a little bit better at that. Yeah, so just look out for that. And then
Yeah.
I also have a podcast.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, it's with
Very
my
cool.
friend Lorenzo. It's called Sophisticated Nonsense, and we kind of just talk about anything and everything. It's a little bit explicit, so if you guys are not into stuff like that, then I advise you not to listen. But if you're okay with like cursing and just two guys being real about life and
Mhm.
everything, then I suggest you check that out. So it's on SoundCloud and on iTunes. So if you just put in Sophisticated Nonsense, you'll find us. But
Nice. Yeah,
yeah,
everyone should go check out Jelani's channel. It's pretty cool. And definitely watch the video that we screened and also his video, your most recent one.
yeah. Why am I so
Yeah,
scared?
yeah. I
Yeah,
think everyone should go watch that.
yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being on
Thank
my
you.
show. And thank you to those of you at home for watching and are listening.